Welcome to TG's Health Club Fitness Forever number 2 class. Today we're just going to use the ball, the band and the weights. So to start with, we're going to bring our feet in line with our shoulders, making sure our knees are slightly bent, and we're going to do 5 roll downs. So that means you're going to take a big breath in at the top. Then as you're breathing out, you're going to imagine you're a puppet on a string and you're just going to let yourself fall forward gently with one vertebrae at a time, all the way to the bottom. When you get to the bottom, take your breath in. Then as you're breathing out, you're going to roll yourself back up as if somebody is pulling you up with strings like a puppet. Breathe in at the top and then out as you're coming down. As you're doing it, try and get your legs a bit straighter each time. It doesn't matter if you've got them slightly bent, but try and touch the floor. And breathe out to come back up. Okay, and you've got 3 more to go at your own pace. Breathe out to come back up. So the more you do these ones, the more you'll find that your flexibility improves and your stretching of your hamstrings gets better, so you can get to the point where your legs are straight and you can pop your hands onto the floor. And roll back up, and you've only got 1 more to go. And breathe in at the top and breathe out to roll back down again. And breathe in at the bottom and then out as you roll back up. Okay, and now we're back up to the top. Roll your shoulder blades back together. Now you're going to bring both hands out in front. And when you breathe in, you're going to take both hands behind you with your palms facing the same way. They don't change angles. So breathe in as you take it back and breathe out to come back in. Breathe in and out. So remember, you're filling your lungs as you take your arms behind your back, and you're taking all the air out of your lungs as you bring them forward. 1 more of those. Okay, and now we're back into the center. Your hands are going to start at this point and they're going to finish at this point. As you do it, you will feel there is a warmth between your hands. This is your own energy from your body. So breathe in as you open your arms out and out to come back to that point. Breathe in as you open and out to come back in, and 3 more to go. Big breath in and out. 2 to go. And now you've only got 1 more left. And out. Now bring your arms down this side and just let them swing gently. Get a bit of circulation back into your shoulders. Okay, I'm going to bring it back in. And now we're going to lie down on the mat. We're going to share the mat with Tara, as we always do. And hopefully she doesn't bite me today. So, excuse me please, Tara. Thank you, Tara. All right, to start with, we're going to lie down onto our back. We're going to position ourselves. You're going to take your legs out straight. Take your arms straight up above your head. Now, readjust your back if you need to. So if you just need to lift it and square it in, straighten it out. 3 big breaths in and out. So breathe in. As you breathe out, stretch your fingers and toes as far as away from each other as you possibly can. When you're breathing in, readjust your body if you need to. And breathe out to stretch it out. And you've got 1 more big breath in and out. All right, now you're going to bring your arms down around beside you, and you're going to bring your feet back in. Then you're going to bring them up into a tabletop if you feel safe to do so for your lower back. Then you breathe in to lower those feet to the floor and breathe out. Now, on your next breath in, you're going to tilt your hips towards your ribs. As you breathe out, you're going to come up 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way up into a bridge. You breathe in at the top of that bridge, and then as you're breathing out, you roll yourself back down, 1 vertebrae at a time. When you get to the bottom, tilt your hips away and try and form a small arch in your lower back. Okay, breathe in to flatten that down and out to come back up. All right. Now it's a good idea to do 10 of these. So if you need to pause it, pause it. Okay, and I'm only going to do 3 more, and then we're going to move on to the next exercise. But you just pause it, continue on, and we've got 2 more to go. Just remember to keep breathing through the whole thing. If you get it wrong, doesn't matter. Just keep breathing. Because really, that's the most important thing in life you can do. And last one. All right. So now we've finished that one. Can continue on for the next 5 if you would like to, or otherwise, you can just now take your hands out to the side. You're going to take one leg straight out, and you're going to bring that other leg up into a tabletop. That means, if you have a look, there is a right angle at my hip, there's a right angle at my knee, and there's a right angle at my ankle. So, you're going to take a breath in. You're going to grab that knee with the opposite hand. Now, as you breathe out, you're going to take it across your body, and you're going to just look away from your knee. Hold the other hand on the floor to anchor your shoulders. Now, you can take another breath in, and when you're breathing out, you take it that little bit further for that nice spine stretch. And you hold it there for the next breath in, and then one more out. Take another breath in, and breathe out to come back into the center. Straighten that out. Where's my dog? Oh, excuse me, everybody, my dog's in the way. Bring it up. Grab it with the opposite hand. Breathe out as you take your knee across your body and look away. Thank you, Tara. Now, breath in and out. Okay, and the last one, breathing out. Now, if you can get your knee to the floor, that's awesome. If you can't, well, we just keep working at it. But only do it as far as you feel safe to do so, and you're not going to hurt yourself. Breathe in to bring it all the way down. Now come back around here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some weights, and we're going to do the top half of our body today with lots of different combinations. And I'm just going to move them out the way. Hopefully I don't hit myself in the head. Okay, to start with, bring those weights up in line with your shoulders. Now you're going to bend one elbow at a time for this one today, and straight back up. So just hold it down to the floor and back up. I'm going to do 5 on each side, but you can do 5, 10, 15 on each side. So just pause it, and then you'll be ready for the next exercise. 3. So breathe in to lower it. Breathe out to come back up. 2 more on each side. So remember, the idea to breathe out when you're lifting it and breathe in as you're lowering it. Make sure that your muscles fill up with oxygen, ready for the next lift. And up. Now pause if you need to, and we will now move on to the next exercise. Bring them together now. Okay, palms should be facing, your arms are straight for this one. Work out how you want to hold it, depending on how your hands go. If you need cans instead of weights, grab cans because they're a little bit lighter. Now you're going to breathe in as you take it straight up above your head. Breathe out to come back up. Separate them so they're in line with your shoulders. Breathe in to lower one to the side and out to come back up. And now the other side. And then out as you're coming back up. And now you're going to do both together and up. And then bring them back in together. And we're going to bend our elbows and turn the weights for a twisted chest press. And push them back up, ready for the next one. So, up. Separate. 1. And 1. Now 2 arms. And bend and turn. And up. So straight up. Single arm to the side. Other side. Double arms. And bend and turn. And remember, when you bend and turn, you bring it to the base. Have a right angle at your elbow. Just see like that. So the hand stays straight over the elbow. All right, and then you twist it and turn it in the center to come back up. And we've got one more of this set. But as I said before, do 10 or 15 in each reps. Single, single, double, and bend and turn. Okay, now we've finished that one. We're going to separate those hands, turn those weights, and we're just going to do a normal chest press for this one. So just bend your elbows to bring it down at a right angle and back up. Okay, I'm going to do 10 of these because I really like this exercise. But it's up to you. If you only want to do 5, do 5. If you want to do 15, 15. Do 25 if you feel good enough. It's all good. Still remembering to breathe in as you lower and out to come back up. And I've got 5 more to go. And now we're on to our last 3. One more after this one. And up they come. Now for the next one, it really is up to you if you want to use weights. If you don't want to use weights, pop your weights down. You're going to turn one hand one way and leave the other hand the other way. So, breathing in as you lower the weights to the floor. Breathe out to come back into the center and change them over. Breathe in to lower and out to come back up. And that is 1. We're going to do 5. So breathe in as you lower it, out to come back up. It's a very strong movement and you will feel it in your shoulders. If the weights are too much, remember, put your weights down. You can still do it without your weights. Or if you've got cans, change over to the cans and do a lighter weight. I think I'm up to 4. Okay, we'll do 1 more on each side. And lower and up. Okay, you're going to turn those weights and now you're going to pop the weights all the way out of the way so they're not going to be in your way at any point for the rest of this session. And we're going to grab a ball and we're going to pop the ball in our feet. Okay. All right, for this one, okay, slightly sit back in your sit, okay? All right, and you're just going to tap and tap each side. It doesn't matter if you haven't got a ball. Grab a cushion off the lounge. It'll do the same thing, but the idea is to hold your feet together using your adductors, which helps to keep strengthening your pelvic floor. 5. Okay, now I'm only going to do 5. Keep going on to the 10 or 15, up to you. And I'm going to turn over now, leaving the ball where it is. Okay. So, flatten yourself down onto the floor. Pop the ball in your feet. To start with, we're just going to warm up our knees, so we're just going to bend 1 foot at a time and lower it back down. So breathing out as you come up, breathe in to lower it. Remember, keep your head down so you're not putting any pressure in your spine or in your brain. Keeping it nice and long. Move your body and readjust yourself if you need to in your body frame. And you've got 2 more on each side to go. 1 more on each side. All right, now the next bit, you're going to grab that ball in your feet. Yes, it's a bit tricky to start with, but you'll get the hang of it. So place the ball in the arch part of your feet, so that becomes, it wraps around the ball. And then you just lift the ball and take it back down. So the whole time you're doing it, squeezing your legs together, using your adductors. At the same time, pull your belly button to your spine and your pelvic floor up. And you will feel it all working on just such a simple, easy exercise. Three more of those to go. All right, you can just pop that ball to the side. You will need it again in a bit. Okay, now bring your elbows in. And what we're going to do now is a bridge. So, from your elbows, knees and toes, pull your belly button to your spine. Pull that pelvic floor up and just lift the center of your body. And you're just going to hold it. Where you have your hands is up to you. If you want to hold your hands together and pray, do so. We've got 10 seconds left. So, the more you pull your belly button in, and the lower you have it, the more you're working that core. 3, 2, and 1, and you're going to lower it down You're going to stretch it all the way out. Now, whilst you are lying there, you're going to take 3 really big breaths in and out. On the breath out, stretch your fingers and toes as far away from each other as possible. On your breath in, readjust your body if you need to. So let's go. Breathe in and out. Breathing in and out. And last big breath in and out. Okay, you can bring that back in, and we're going to do another bridge. So, lock it all in, suck it all up and in, and up we go, and hold for 10. No, actually add another 20 to that, hold it for 30. Remember to keep breathing, and try and keep your head looking down, because this is only going to put pressure into your spine, so just hold it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower, and stretching it all the way out. Remember, 3 really big breaths in and out. Stretch it out for out. Readjust for in. Last big breath in and out. All right, you can all now roll onto your side. Take that arm out, bend the bottom leg. The top foot sits on the floor. Your top leg sits halfway between your knee and your ankle, and the top foot is flexed to start with for this one. Your hand sits in front of you just to give you that little bit of support and keep you balanced. So you breathe out as you come up, you breathe in to lower it back down to the floor. And you've got 9 to do of these. So the more controlled it is, the more you have to use your muscles, and the more the muscle is concentrating on being lifted up and down. Okay, you've got 3 to go. Should be still pulling everything up and in. Last one. Okay, bring it up, point that toe, draw a circle with that leg. Now the smaller the circle, the more you're going to feel those muscles working. Keep breathing, smile, doesn't hurt as much. Reverse that. Okay, bring it back into the center and write the number 8 upright and sideways. So you just come into 1 8 and out of it. Good work. All right, bringing it around. Now reverse that. And bring it back in. Now flexing that foot, straighten the bottom leg, bring them up together and clap them together. And breathe in to lower and breathe out to roll back onto your back again. We'll do the other side in a minute, but we'll just do this one in the middle to give our leg a little bit of a rest. Now what we're going to do now is called dead bugs. So if you don't think that you are strong enough in your lower back and your spine and your tummy's not quite ready for it, you're going to leave your feet on the floor. You'll bring your hands up in line with your shoulders. Okay? As you breathe in, you're going to take one leg out straight and the other arm straight up above your head, as so. You breathe out to come back in. You breathe in to lower the other side now and come back up. Breathing in as you lower it and out, come back up. All right. And now I'm going to give you the next version. So bring your legs up into that tabletop. Breathe in as you extend it out. Breathe out to come back up. So remember, when you lower your foot and your hand to the floor, you're stretching them as far away from each other as possible. All these exercises are really good for strengthening your back and your tummy and your legs, but it also fills your whole body full of oxygen if you remember to breathe in as you lower and breathe out to come back up. 3 more on each side. You can continue on with more if you like. And one more on each side. All right. Lower the feet to the floor. Take your hands out to the side with your palms facing up. Now the first part of this is for beginners. So you take your breath in and you breathe out to meet in the middle. And you breathe in to lower. Remember, still pull your belly buttons to your spine and pull your pelvic floor up as you're doing it. And flatten your back onto the floor. If you need to, grab yourself a little hand towel and pop it under the lower back. Okay, that's 5 of those at the beginner's level. All right, now we're going to take our legs out straight for the next level. So, still the same thing, you take your breath in at the bottom and you breathe out to meet in the middle. And you breathe in to lower. So out to come up, in as you lower. Okay, all right. Now for an even harder version of this, and this is for those of you that have been practicing this for a while. Do not just jump in and do this because you will not get out of bed in 2 days. So, bring your legs up, okay? You breathe in as you lower your knees to the side. You breathe out to come back up. You breathe in as you extend them out to come up, into the side, and out, and straight out, and up. That's 1. So each time you start the next set, lead to the opposite side. So breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. And again in and out. 3 more to go. So start on the opposite side. So if it was getting a little bit hard, go back to that 1. Okay, otherwise we're going to do 2 more of these. So this whole exercise is for your abdominal strength and your obliques, which run down the side of your body. They become the side of your trunk. 1 more. And up. Alright, I'm going to lower my feet to the floor, on my dog's head. Taking the weights away, and I'm going to take my hands straight up above my head and my legs out straight, and take 3 really big breaths in and out. Remember, readjust yourself if you need to as you breathe in. Breathe out, stretch it all the way out. Breathing in and out. And 1 more. All right. Breathing out as you bring your arms around beside you, coming up and onto the other side. Now you've got to really remember which side you did last. If you don't, you'll walk out all wobbly. Okay, taking it out. Bend the bottom leg. Top foot starts on the inside of your foot starts on the floor. Put your front hand in front to prop you there. Breathe out as you come up and into lower. Now if you look, my foot does not go any higher than my hip. The idea is just to work the inside and the outsides of your legs. They are called your adductors and abductors. 4 to go. Remember, you can always put your own music on in the background. You don't have to listen to my voice. Last one. Okay, now bring that up, point your toe, and draw a little circle with that leg now. So, when you're doing these, you should get a slight burning here. Reverse it. Okay, bring it back into the center. Now write the number 8 sideways and upright. And now you can reverse that. Okay, bring that back in. You're going to flex that foot again. You're going to straighten that bottom leg. You're going to bring them up together, and you are now going to clap them together. And you're going to breathe in to lower, and then you're going to breathe out to roll back onto your back again. You can grab a band for this one, or a towel, whatever you would like. And now we're going to start the stretching part. So, starting with your weakest leg. Pop the band under your foot or your towel under your foot. Hold on to it. Take your breath in. Then breathe out to pull your foot back towards you. Now hold it there as you breathe in for the next one. And out a little bit further. Okay. And again. Alright. Breathe in and bring it back into the center. Point that toe. And you can either straighten that leg or leaving it bent, it's up to you. You're going to draw a great big circle and breathe in to come to the bottom of the circle and out as you come back up to the top. So the size of the circle is up to you. If you can only do a circle this big, you do it that big. Okay, there's no use throwing your hip out. And reverse that. And remember, you can do all of these in bed. If you can't get down onto the floor, do it on your bed. Okay, you can bring that back into the center. You can pop the other foot in now and take that first foot out and start with it up straight. Take your breath in, breathe out as you pull it back towards you. Breathe in to hold it, out as you come back, and again. Last one. All right, breathe in to bring it back in. Point that toe and breathe out. Now big breath in as you come to the bottom of the circle and breathe out, come back up to the top. So if you can do your circle bigger, excellent. It really is up to your own personal ability. Okay, now reverse that. And you will find each time that you do it, you will get a little bit more flexible and a little bit stronger. And if you feel like you are getting stronger, just add extra reps, add extra ones for each count. All right, bring it back in. Now you're going to take the other foot in. Hold your feet in line with your shoulders. Take your breath in. Reach down your band a bit more or down your towel, whatever you've got to hold your feet up there. Breathe out as you pull them back towards you. Breathe in as you hold it there. Out to come back. And one more. So you should feel a really nice stretch up the backs of your legs through your hamstrings. Okay, now breathing out. Come back into the center. Now big breath in and out. On your next breath in, you're going to draw a great big circle with both legs. And you're going to breathe out, come back to the top of that circle. One more. And reverse that. All right. Okay, bring that back into the middle, lowering your feet to the floor. Let go of one end of the band and then take the band away. Rub your hands together, get your fingers back. All right. Okay, so you're going to bring both hands up now. You're going to turn one hand one way, one hand the other. Just the same as you did with the weights, but without the weights. And when you lower your palms to the floor, you're going to stretch your hands as far away from each other as possible. Breathe in to stretch, out to come back in, and change it over. Breathing in and out, change it over. Okay, you've got 3 more of those to go. So remember, your hands are stretching as far away from each other as possible each time you do it. Big breath in, fill up those lungs, fill right down into your tummies. Out as you come up. Just expel all that air out of your lungs. And last one. Take your arms out to the side again. We're going to do that one we did at the start with just a nice spine stretch. So you bring your leg back into a tabletop. You grab that knee with the opposite hand. You leave the other hand on the floor, which helps to anchor your shoulders to the floor. You take your breath in. Then as you breathe out, you take it across your body and you look away. Now breathe in to hold it where it is. Breathe out to take it a little bit further. And again. Now breath in, out to come back in to take it out to come up, in as you grab that, and out to go across and looking away from your knee. You will find one side will stretch a lot more than the other. Okay, come back into the center, straighten that out. Now we're all going to roll onto our sides, ready to stretch. So this next part, right angle, right angle, right angle. If you can't do that, all you have to do is just cross your feet, okay? You're still going to get a stretch through your glutes, okay? But if you can do this, that's awesome. You take your breath in at the top and you breathe out as you lie down onto your foot. Okay, you take a breath in, then as you breathe out a little bit further, you're reaching out a little bit further. Now you breathe out as you walk yourself back up into an upright position. You pop that foot on that thigh. You tuck that foot in behind you. Now, some people can't do it. Most people can square both sides of your bottom onto the floor. Then you can take the arm up where there are no feet. Then you're going to grab that hand with the other hand. You're going to take a breath in. You're going to keep that arm as close to up over your ear as possible. And breathe out as you lean to the side. Now you're just going to hold it there while you take another big breath in and out, stretching it out. Okay, big breath in, but this time as you breathe out, coming up tall, cross your opposite hand onto the opposite knee, take the other hand in a position like that, and you pop it in as close to your bottom as possible, and you look behind you over your shoulder. This is a really good stretch for when you're reversing the car, to get your neck to stretch around that far, to see where you're going. Breathe out to come back in, because not always can you depend on the mirrors. Change that around. Okay, right angles, right angles, right angles, right angles. Breathe in at the top and breathe out as you lie down onto your foot. Now, big breath in and out, stretching it out. Okay, breathing out as you're walking up. It really is a personal thing, stretching. If you can only come that far, that's awesome. If you can only just take your hands past your foot, that's even better, okay? So just as long as you make an effort and try and do it, and remember, breathe out as you stretch into it. There is no longer this bouncing, because it isn't any good as you get older for your tendons and your muscles. The idea is to hold it so that the muscles get a chance to fill up with oxygen, ready for the next stretch. Now square that in there, down, squaring your bottom onto the floor. And you can take that arm up where there are no feet, hold that wrist, take a breath in, breathe out, lean across your body. Now take a really big breath in to fill up your rib cage, feel it open up, and out as you take it out. All right, big breath in, come up tall. Remember to grab the opposite knee, put your fingers in a bridge, take them in behind your bottom, and turn around and look behind you. And breathe out to come back into the middle. And now we're all going to take our legs out to the side. This one's for you, Rog. You better be doing these at home, mate, because when you get back to classes, I'm going to know if you've even attempted to do these. All right, take your legs out to the side. Try and have your toes point to the ceiling. You take a breath in at the top. You breathe out, you grab your ankle and elbow to the floor. If you want to take your other hand out there, go for it. And out to come up. Breathe in at the top. Out as you come forward. If you can only come to here, that's awesome. But each time you do it, try and get out a little bit further and come back up. Breathe in at the top and out to the other side. Okay? If your legs need to be bent to do that, that's great. But each time you do it, try and flatten them out a little bit more. Come out in front and up. Breathe in at the top and out to the other side. And up and in front. Now some of you I know can almost put your head on the floor. By the time I see you, you better be putting your heads on the floor. Let's go. And up and to the other side. Okay, and coming up. And now we're going to bring our feet in together and just pull them in and stick your chest out like a little Bantam rooster and pull yourself all the way up straight through your spine and smile through that pain. Okay, and now you can bring your legs around and we're all going to come up into an upright position to finish off the stretching for this session today. So if your knees aren't the best, just pop yourself up like that. If your knees are okay, hop up 1 foot at a time. You have less chance of falling over. All right. So standing off your mat or off your towel or wherever you are. 5 roll downs. And we're going to see if we can go a little bit further and our legs are a little bit straighter. Feet in line with your shoulders. Breathe in at the top, belly buttons in, pelvic floor up. And breathe out as you're coming down like a puppet on a string. All the way to the bottom. Breathe in at the bottom and rolling all the way back up. And get to the top. Shoulders back, belly buttons in, pelvic floor up. Breathe in and out. Breathe out to come up. Shoulders back, breathing in at the top. And 3 more to go at your own pace. Last 2. So all of you should find that you can reach a little bit better. And 1 more. So even if you only got to here, the first lot of stretches, you should be able to get at least here for the next lot. All right, if you got to the floor, you look at putting your hands on the floor. And up. All right. Okay, now you're going to bring both hands out in front and we're going to just do 1 more stretches for our shoulders, which is a really nice stretch to open up your lungs as well. Breathe in as you open them and out to come back in. Change them over, breathe in as you open them and out as you come back in. Remember, when you're breathing in, you're filling up your rib cage and down into your tummies, and you breathe out to get rid of every little bit of oxygen in you. And your hands stretch as far away from each other as possible. 1 more on each side. And last one. Okay. I'm going to bring my arms down beside and just let the arms swing gently. Okay, bringing your arms back in. Yeah. All right. Now, you can take your feet heel toe. And we're going to stand like that and we're going to just come up onto our tippy toes and lower. And up onto tippy toes and lower. And 3 more of those. So this is a really good one to help strengthen the backs of your knees and to also strengthen the arches of your feet. From the minute you can walk, you're on your feet. So the best thing to do is to keep the arches strengthened so that they don't collapse in. All right, bring that down and bring the other foot in now. And up and lower. Okay. 3 to go of that one. If you need to stand near something to do this, please do. If you don't and you just want to put your arms out just to help you balance a bit better, please do. Okay, now bring them back in line with your shoulders and you're going to take 1 leg straight back. You're going to bend that front knee. Your back leg is straight. Your heels are both, your feet are flat on the floor. Your belly buttons are in and pelvic floors are up. Keep your body up tall and shoulders back. And we can step that in now. And now you're going to do the other one. So when you come back in, bring it straight back in line. Take it back, out, pull it up and in. Smile through that pain. Okay, now you can bring that back in All right, now you can bring your hand out in front and you're going to give me a thumbs up. You're going to take your arm across your body. You're going to hold that elbow. You're going to turn that thumb down and look away from your thumb. And just holding it there. And you should feel a really nice stretch through your top of your arm and your shoulder. Up and back in. Now taking it across, down, looking away. Okay, up and back in. All right, now you're going to bring your hands in together. You're going to press your fingertips together and stretch your fingers out. And just hold it there. So this is a really nice one if you have been doing fine work or computer work, or you've been playing games with the grandkids or whatever you're up to. Bring it in. Even when you finish gardening, really nice stretches. Now, one is up, one is down. Press your palms together. All right, now you can change that all the way over and press again. Okay, now you can bring that all the way back up to the top and drop your fingers forward and bring it up and bring it in. So some of you may only come to here. Doesn't really matter, just as long as you're stretching. Okay, back up to the top. Hands are up now. 2 lots of 2 on each hand. All right? And now you can do 1, 2, 1 and circle your thumb backwards and forwards. All right, bring it back in, bring 4 in together now and fold your fingers down and up. Really good one to do first thing in the morning when you're having your cup of tea, just to get your knuckles moving and your joints all moving, regassing those joints, because if you've got a little bit of arthritis, this is a really good one to loosen it up for the day. Last one. Okay, and now close your hands and just fling them open and shake it out. All right, because you did so well today, give yourself a big hug, big pat on the back. Now you can release that and you can put the other arm on top and another big pat on the back. Well done. Okay, release that. Now bringing your arms down and you can now drop your head to your shoulder. Take your hand over, hold your head at your shoulder. All right, now gently bring your hand down and let your head roll gently to the middle and then look all the way up to the roof. Now bring it back into the middle and dropping it to your other shoulder. Take that hand over, hold your head at that shoulder now. Just holding it there, still breathing. Now gently bringing your hand down and letting your head just roll to the center, up to the ceiling again. Now you can all open your mouth and then you can all close it gently as you're coming back into the middle. All right, now you can smile and pucker up and smile to the left and to your right. Left again, pucker up, right again, and pucker up, and you can smile. And I can say thank you all for joining us today. Remember to like, share, and turn on your notifications. Awesome. Have an awesome day. Bye.